What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we are switching it up a little bit. Right now I'm not even in Florida, I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and today we are going to be checking out some Breaking Bad filming locations. Breaking Bad is one of the greatest TV shows of all time, one of people's favorites, and it's one of my favorites too. Now, I've done these filming locations back in the day, way back when I very first started my YouTube channel, but I wanted to do it a little bit better. And today I'm going to be going to some of the most important locations in the Breaking Bad TV show. And then I'm also going to be going to some little places that some people may not have filmed before, but I want to showcase them today. And then also there's going to be a part 2 to this video where I'm going to be showing some Better Call Saul filming locations. But right now we are down on this street, and this street is very important because right here, about right here where this car is parked, is where you might have seen Mike waiting in his car for a couple of episodes, looking at this house right here, because this house is Walt's house. This is where the White family lived. This is probably the most important house, one of the most important filming locations in the Breaking Bad universe. Now, it used to be to where these fences weren't here, but actually the owners of the house had to put up these fences because people kept coming into the property. They actually kept throwing pizzas on top of the roof right there, because if you remember that episode, Walt did throw the pizza on top of the roof. It became like a very famous meme, very famous part of the series, and so they had to do this to stop the people from doing that. But this is Walter White and the whole White family's house. Now, I didn't want to get like too close to the property because that's actually a person's house. People actually live there, and I want to give them their space because the lady was actually like outside doing some stuff. So didn't want to get too close to the property, but we're going to be going to another location that is very important to Walt right now. All right, and here we are at our next location. This is, of course, the car wash. This was the place where Walt worked as a side job when he was a teacher, and actually right out here is where he fell down, if you remember, and that's when he actually went to the doctor and found out that he had cancer. And then later on, to wash their money, this is the business that Walt and Skyler bought, and this is where they did their money laundering. Cool thing is that you can actually come over here and get your car washed, and they have like a bunch of cool Breaking Bad pictures inside, autographs from people who worked on the show saying thank you to Mr. Car Wash. This used to be called Octopus Car Wash back in the day, and then in the show it was called A1A Car Wash. And I've seen a lot of Breaking Bad filming location video on YouTube, but this next location, I've never seen anyone point this one out before. I'm right across from the car wash. This is car wash right over here. This is where we were standing. And right over here is a place called Taco Cell. It's a Mexican food restaurant right here. But this little restaurant actually played a couple key parts in a few episodes of Breaking Bad. In season 2, this is where Skyler and Marie came to hand out flyers when they were looking for Walt when he disappeared. And then later in that season, this is actually where Jesse and Walt met to discuss his cancer remission. And this is also where Walt told Jesse that he planned to retire from the meth cooking business. But also, this is where Jesse and Andrea and Brock came to eat one time in season 3. But just a cool little spot, Taco Cell. I actually used to eat at this place when I was younger, and it's right across from Mr. Car Wash right there, which everyone goes to when they do the filming locations. And they actually do have a pretty cool sign right here, Taco Cell. This was featured in some time lapses that they did throughout the series. Next stop is actually going to be Hank and Marie's house. We got to drive a little bit towards the mountains. All right, so we've made it up here by the mountains. As you can tell, we're pretty much in the mountains right now. Well, right over here, this house down in the corner of this cul-de-sac, this is Hank and Marie Schrader's house. Hank, of course, the DEA agent, Walt's brother-in-law, and Marie is Skyler's sister. This is where a lot of things happen. This is where Jesse was interrogated by Hank. This garage right here is where Hank finally figured out that Walt was in fact Heisenberg. This house doesn't have the fences that Walt's house did. I don't think a lot of people come over here. But yep, here it is, 4901 Hank and Marie Schrader's house You can get pretty close up to this house. A lot of people's most hated character in the entire show was Marie. I think she was probably mine too, either her or Skylar. I did not like either of them, but I think Marie was a little bit more for me. All right, so we saw those two main houses right there, and now we're actually gonna go to Saul Goodman's office, the guy who was responsible for helping Walt stay out of trouble, helping a bunch of criminals get free. So we're gonna visit his office right now. So Albuquerque is kind of divided in half in like the east and west side. Right now I'm just basically showing the east side portion of the Breaking Bad filming locations. There is some stuff that is farther on the west side, but that's a little bit farther from where I want to go today. Maybe I'll do that in a feature video. I don't know. That'll be things like where Los Pollos Hermanos is located, where the drug lab, the main cooking site is located, and different things like that. But today we're going to be focused a little bit more on the east side, and then at the end of the video we're going to be making our way a little bit towards the downtown area. And here is the office of Saul Goodman, aka Jimmy McGill. Better Call Saul. This is where the office would have been between this place called Dirty Bourbon and then this place called Lima Bin, right here in between. And then there would have been the big Statue of Liberty inflatable thing right up here. And I do not know if they use this location in the new season of Better Call Saul, since I have not seen it, but definitely in Breaking Bad they use this location a lot of times. So of course those last couple ones have been pretty popular spots in Breaking Bad, but this next one is going to be one that I also have not seen anyone cover before, but it is in I think a couple episodes in the series. All right, right here I am at a laser tag place, and a lot of people may remember that this was actually one of the places that Walt and Skylar were looking to purchase a business when they wanted to launder their money before they bought the car wash. So right here, this is where Saul Goodman actually wanted them to come over here and think about purchasing this laser tag location. And actually that was in season 3. And also in season 3, Walt, Jesse, and Saul met here to discuss their plans on what they wanted to do about Gus, Gale, and Mike. And then in season 5, after Gus's whole drug empire collapsed, Saul actually took Walt and Jesse around town looking for new possible sites to continue their drug business now that Gus's whole drug thing was done. And he took them here to the laser tag place. And of course, Walt already saw this place from when he was thinking about purchasing it, and him and Jesse both said no, they definitely don't want to continue their meth laboratory in this laser tag. So pretty cool. I've never seen anyone show the laser tag place as a filming location for Breaking Bad before. All right, we are at another location that not a lot of people point out. This restaurant right here is actually called Giordanos, but Giordanos is important because this is where Hank, Marie, Walter, and Skylar came to meet after Hank finally found out that Walt was Heisenberg. This is where they met, and this is where they had lunch. This is where Walter gave Hank that DVD. Walt asked Hank if Hank could leave Skylar and the kids out of the investigation, and he wanted him to stop the investigation completely. And this is where Marie told Walter that he should probably just kill himself. So right here, Giordanos, this is where a big scene went down right after Hank found out who Walt really was. All right, and here we are at one of the most famous spots in Breaking Bad. This is the Crossroads Motel. There was a lot of shots in the episodes over here. This is a big spot for a lot of the junkies, for that one girl Wendy. Jesse used to hang out here a lot. This right here is actually a functioning motel. You can literally come stay at this motel. I would highly recommend not to. There's a lot of these types of motels around Albuquerque, around central downtown area. But yeah, you can come over here to the Crossroads Motel if you really wanted to. They have a pool right here. They have nice amenities. So I don't know. There's even free cable. It looks like they did add some like plexiglass to the halls of this motel. But yeah, this is the Crossroads Motel, very famous in the Breaking Bad universe. All right, guys, and we got one more stop today. It's going to be Jesse Pinkman's house. All right, guys, and here we are. This is the last location. This is Jesse Pinkman's house. We first saw this house in the pilot, and it was used all throughout the entire Breaking Bad series. Eventually, of course, this was I believe Jesse's grandma's or aunt's house, something like that, and then he took over it later, and they had a bunch of parties over here. Walt came over here. This is where they held Crazy 8, and all that stuff went down with the hydrochloric acid, if you remember that in the first couple episodes. This is actually my favorite house that they used in Breaking Bad. But yeah, pretty awesome. I believe that they would come and park the van right outside where this car is right here. I think that's where they used to park the van. So yeah, there you have it. That's Jesse Pinkman's house. That was a bunch of cool filming locations for Breaking Bad. There are a ton of filming locations I could go into. Those little ones that no one really talks about, those ones are my favorite ones, because a lot of people have already seen these big houses, Walt's house, Jesse's house. A lot of people have seen these before, but not a lot of people have actually seen the little ones like I showed you today. I showed you a few cool little ones. I'm gonna do another one of these videos very soon. I'm going into depth about Better Call Saul filming locations. And if you enjoyed this video, if you like these types of videos, leave it a like down below. I can do filming locations, historical locations in Orlando too. I want to get into that a little bit more. And if you guys are new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.